A question's come into the Check a Pro radio show, which is how can my system's efficiency be improved? We're talking about HVAC systems, heating and air conditioning systems. So I brought Mario Lopez into the program to be our expert today from AtticMan. Mario, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jim. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. This is kind of a common question. How can my air conditioning system's efficiency be improved? And basically, what that means is, how can I save money, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a great question.
Mm,
I think it's a question that should be asked more often. Heating and air for homeowners, they know it's there, but I don't think enough people think about, well, what could I do to improve it and save money? And there's a few very easy things you can do as a homeowner to make that happen. I think first and foremost would be make sure you're changing your filter on time.
mm,
Right. Most houses have a 1 inch filter on their heating and air system. Those are designed to be changed every 60 to 90 days.
mm,
And
yeah.
if you have pets, probably more every 30 to 60 days. And I've been in thousands of homes. And I could tell you, I would say maybe 1% of homeowners actually change their filters on time. So here at Attic Man, we actually do what's called a free filter check. So even if you're not a previous customer, you're not a member, you could call us and say, you don't know where your filter is, or maybe you've never changed it, or, maybe you are not able to get on a ladder and reach that filter. If you call us, we'll come out for absolutely no charge. We'll find where your filter is. We'll pull it out for you. We'll show you the condition of it. If you have a replacement filter on hand, we'll change the filter for you. And we'll show you where to order them and have them delivered straight to your door. Because changing filters is it's such an easy, simple task that most people can do themselves, and it will save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in the long run. Very, very important.
The maintenance is critical. The easiest thing in terms of heating and air conditioning maintenance is going to be changing your air filters. Every system is designed differently. So if you look across the street, your neighbor's house, it's a different house. You're in a one story, they're a two-story. Yours was built, 5 years ago. Theirs was built 7 years ago. And so, someone may have a big media filter. That's what I have in my home. I have a 3 ton and a 5 ton media filters. So I don't have the 1 inch filters and all the returns, but some people have the 1 inch filters. And then some people have the least expensive ones. Some people have ones that are more expensive. And it really depends on a lot of things, including airflow. But the number one thing, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Mario, the number one thing is you want to keep the coils clean and your air clean in your home.
Absolutely. The number one cause of breakdowns in heating and air systems is airflow,
Mm,
right? Almost every single breakdown can be deduced down to a dirty filter or dirty coils, right? That filter is meant to protect the heating and air coils that are typically located in your attic or maybe in your garage or your closet, wherever your indoor unit is.
mm,
If you think of a radiator on a car, it's the same idea. It's these small metal fins going across, and that's where the refrigerant runs through, and you need to have good airflow over those coils for the system to work properly. So if you're not changing the filter on time, that filter, the dust will actually make its way past the filter and start to build up on those coils if it goes long enough. Once that occurs, changing your filters is pointless because the dirt has already made it past the filter and building up the coils. So at that point, that's where you want to have a professional maintenance done, because we'll actually open up that coil and look inside at the condition of the coils. And if they're really dirty, we can clean those out, right? I think maintenance is the second most important thing to changing your filter. You got to make sure that the system's being looked at, that the coils are being cleaned, like you mentioned. And if we can, I'd like to touch on maintenance for a second
yeah.
because, I've heard a lot of homeowners you see online, they say, oh, a heating and air conditioning tune-up is a sham, right? They just want to come out and sell you something.
Mm,
I've seen that many times. And in some cases, depending on the company you call, that it can be the case, right? However, if it's done correctly, the point of what's often called a tune-up, right? An air conditioning system is not like a car. There's really nothing to tune up. You're not changing oil, right? Really, the only thing you change is the filter. A more appropriate term for it would be a preventative maintenance check, because what we're really doing is we're going through the system and we're looking for things like dirty coils or maybe capacitors that are, starters that are not properly charged. Things that might not be a problem right now, the system is still operating. But if we address those issues now, we will avoid a costly breakdown in the near future and also improve the efficiency of that system right away. Just cleaning coils off with a hose, a simple cleaning, can increase the efficiency of your air conditioner by 20%, right? And
Yeah.
then that's what we do when we go out. We want to look for anything that, hey, this could be a potential problem. We're not there to upsell you something you don't need. We're there to bring things to your attention so that you're aware, hey, we found this. You may want to take care of this now so it doesn't turn into an $800 breakdown in the middle of summer and you guys are sweating and dying and waiting for service. So having that checkup by a pro is extremely important.
I like the term checkup. Twice a year, I go to the dentist. It's recommended by everybody. Go to the dentist twice a year for a checkup. What do? They clean my coils. I mean, they clean my teeth, right? So they clean that. They chip off tartar that might be there. They look for cracks in my teeth and in old fillings. It's very similar to the twice a year minimum checkup cleaning that people should do on their HVAC system.
You know what? That is might be one of the best analogies I've ever heard of how a HVAC checkup or
Mhm.
maintenance compares. You're absolutely correct. You want to find those things before it becomes a problem. You want to find any problems with your teeth before it turns into a root canal, right?
Yeah.
If you can address it ahead of time, it's much cheaper and it's much more comfortable than having to sit through the pain of a breakdown in the middle of a 105-degree day. Nobody wants to go through that. And we don't want you to have to go through that. So that's why we're here to help. And if you haven't had your system looked at least in the last 6 months, I would recommend that you find a reputable company in your area and give them a call and have them come out and do a checkup, because you might be very surprised at what you find and happy that you can address it now.
And I know a reputable company in the area, AtticMan, and all of Mario's information is located in the description of this podcast. He's one click away. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you joining me on the program.
Anytime, Jim. Thanks for having me.